Blue White Weekly, a weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Domino's, the world leader in pizza delivery. Optum Healthcare, they get you back to you. International Diamond Center, better selection and value guaranteed. Ford and your neighborhood Ford dealers, the best rise to the top in a smart and fuel-efficient Ford. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome into another edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look at Georgia Southern athletics. Colin Lacey alongside Danny Waugh. A big win for Georgia Southern football, but first things first, Georgia Southern men's soccer, a home match as well.
That's right, Colin. They had a tough contest this past Saturday going up against their in-state rivals, the Georgia State Panthers. They lost their last 3 matchups against the Panthers, so the Eagles look to see if they can get a win this past weekend. Georgia Southern came out aggressive in the first half on a chilly Saturday night at Eagle Field Erk Park. Javier Carbonell, the team leader and conference leader in goals, almost put the Eagles on the board early, but his shot was blocked. On the other side for Georgia State, they took 3 shots in the first half, including this shot by Alex Summerfield. Lee Flowers may have gotten a piece of it and ended in the hands of goalkeeper Yoku Blankson. 27th minute of play, Eagles in transition. Adam Davey runs up the near side, sets up the cross. Javier Carbonell kicks it out to Eirik Hadel for the shot, and it connects in the upper left corner for a Georgia Southern goal. Hadel, the freshman from Norway, connects for his first goal of the season. Carbonell, being the passer, obtains his 3rd assist on the year, and the Eagles strike first, taking a 1-0 lead. The Eagles would hold on to the lead going into the locker room, taking 6 shots in the first half. Georgia State, playing from behind, had a more aggressive approach in the second half. Matthew Fernley takes a long shot. Blankson is able to make the save. He had to tap it twice to prevent a Panther goal. Minutes later, Lucas Joyner had a close look about 25 yards out, but Blankson makes another superb save, keeping the Eagles ahead. But in the 66th minute, Kyle Clinton finds Aris Briggs on the pass inside the danger zone, and Briggs heads it in. Blankson tried to make a stop, but it gets past his right hand. Gonzalo Talavera attempts a late stop, but the goal counts. Briggs scores his 4th goal on the season, and we are tied at 1 apiece. Each team had one more chance to get ahead. Max Hemmings for the Panthers takes a shot, but it's blocked by Blankson, the freshman goalie, finished with 4 saves. And for the Eagles, Javier Carbonell off the pass from Adam Davey had a look, but it was stopped by the Panther goalkeeper Paul Tyson. Neither team able to take the lead at the end of regulation, neither team able to score in the 2 overtime periods, so this game finished in a 1-1 tie. Well, Colin, they weren't able to get the win, a very physical matchup, but they were able to tie, so it's not the worst thing in the world as we're looking to finish up the regular season in conference play.
They look to head down to the Sun Belt Conference Tournament in a couple of weeks from now. On the other side of the break, we take a look at the 48-31 victory for Georgia Southern football as we dive into those highlights next.
There are so many fast and easy ways to make your home more energy efficient. Find tools and resources to help you save money and energy at georgiapower.com/save.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
You have a new job now, right?
I do. It's
Yeah.
a busy place.
Whenever you're ready.
It happens every time.
I've got it.
And every time,
Always do this.
she wins.
It's on me.
All right.
But you have the BB&T app with
Who are you
Zelle
texting?
Oh, no one. I really should go back.
and
you.
can pay the bill before she even leaves the restaurant.
Beth?
Ah, the taste of victory. BB&T. All we see is you.
There are so many fast and easy ways to make your home more energy efficient. Find tools and resources to help you save money and energy at georgiapower.com/save.
Blue White Weekly, a weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Optum Healthcare. They get you back to you. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back into another edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look at Georgia Southern athletics. Again, a 48-31 victory for Georgia Southern football over the New Mexico State Aggies out in the land of enchantment, and a big win for Georgia Southern football. Good to see the offense get back on track.
That's right. Great win for Georgia Southern. They're now 6-1 on the year, and for the first time since 2015, the Eagles are going bowling.
We'll send it now as we take a look at the highlights out from Las Cruces. Once again, it's Georgia Southern and New Mexico State, former Sun Belt foes, meeting up as non-conference mates. It starts off on the first drive of the ball game for New Mexico State as Christian Gibson 5 yards up the middle for the score, and it puts New Mexico State up early 7-0. On the first drive for Georgia Southern, they would try to cut into the lead as Tyler Bass comes on from 41 yards out and puts it through the uprights, and it cuts the New Mexico State lead to 7-3. The Aggies answer back on their second possession. They drive down to the field to the Georgia Southern 9-yard line, and Jason Huntley would take it the rest of the 9 yards for the score for New Mexico State and puts them up 14-3 over Georgia Southern with just over 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. A couple of drives later for Georgia Southern, Shai Wertz and Ellis Richardson would hook up from 31 yards out. It would get Georgia Southern down to the 15 of New Mexico State, and it sets up a 15-yard touchdown score, the first of two on the evening for Wesley Kennedy, and Georgia Southern cuts the New Mexico State lead to 14-10. Next drive for Georgia Southern into the second quarter. Shai Wertz would scramble for 31 yards down to the New Mexico State 13-yard line. Sets up Georgia Southern with good field position. As a couple of plays later, Wesley Kennedy III once again, this time from 8 yards out for his second score of the night. And it puts Georgia Southern ahead for the first time in Las Cruces at 17-14. The next drive for Georgia Southern into New Mexico State territory, and Shai Wertz would hook up with Devarius Bargnair for 23 yards out down to the 22 of New Mexico State. Sets up good field position for Georgia Southern again. As Georgia Southern works the clock down, just 6 seconds left as Shai Wertz takes it in from 3 yards out as Georgia Southern heads into the locker room with the lead of 24-17. Georgia Southern starts off the third quarter with a trio of big plays, the first coming from Logan Wright, 17-yard rush. Wright would finish out the ballgame, leading rusher for Georgia Southern, 136 yards on 17 rushes. The next come from Monteo Garrett, 18-yard pickup down to the 2-yard line of New Mexico State. It sets up a 2-yard run as Logan Wright barrels in for his first career touchdown as a Georgia Southern Eagle, and it would give Georgia Southern the lead at 31-17. The ensuing drive as Josh Atkins would be sacked for a loss of 7 yards by Quan Griffin. The ball comes loose, Griffin able to jump on it, and it's Georgia Southern football at the 33-yard line of New Mexico State. Once again, it sets up great field position for Georgia Southern as down to the 9-yard line of New Mexico State, Monteo Garrett would take it in from 9 yards out as his first touchdown of the night makes it 38-17 in favor of the Eagles. The next drive for New Mexico State, again, this one another turnover as Georgia Southern tied for tops in the country in turnover margin as Josh Atkins is intercepted by Kendall Vildor. He returns it back to midfield. And again, Georgia Southern with the football as the ensuing drive, Logan Wright would finish it off 13 yards out for his second score of the night, and it makes the Georgia Southern lead 45-17. A couple of late touchdowns by Jason Huntley of New Mexico State would bring us to the final score of 48-31. Georgia Southern with the victory and improves to 6-1. Bowl eligible for the first time since 2015. Again, a great victory for Georgia Southern football as they turn their attention to Appalachian State on national television coming up this Thursday. On the other side of the break, we take a look inside Coach's Corner as we step into Hanner Fieldhouse with head coach Mark Byington of Georgia Southern men's basketball.
What is acquire? Acquire is a part of life. It's when you buy a car, a new home, or a fun family vacation. You acquire the things that make living better, like a great education, a beautiful wedding for your daughter, or even a piano for the grandchildren. We are the Q in Acquire, Queensboro, and we're in the business of lending for the joys of living. So when you're ready to acquire, call Q, Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
It's time to pack your bags because Savannah Hilton Head International offers nonstop flights to a variety of major cities, including Nashville, Chicago, Toronto, Canada, Philadelphia, and many more. 8 airlines, 26 nonstop destinations. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
Okay, look, if you're not the lead dog, the scenery never changes. That's why this is the view for every other full-size pickup. And this year, it's deja vu all over again. Because only the Ford F-150 with its high-strength, military-grade aluminum alloy body gives you best-in-class torque, best-in-class payload, and you got it, baby, best-in-class towing. Still leading the pack. This is the big dog. This is the Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Blue White Weekly, a weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by International Diamond Center, better selection and value guaranteed. Presented by Ford and your Georgia neighborhood Ford dealers. Ford, go further.
Welcome into another edition of Coach's Corner here on Blue White Weekly, your weekly look in Georgia Southern athletics, presented by Ford and your Georgia neighborhood Ford dealers. So we step into Hanner Fieldhouse and joined by head men's basketball coach Mark Byington. Coach, this year for 2018-2019, you've got a good mix of returning guys like Tukey Brown, Ike Smith, and also a number of guys, a couple of fresh faces that people will see.
Yeah, I think you'll recognize 5 guys that played in games last year. And obviously the 3 seniors with Tukey, Ike, and Monte, and then David Jones and Quan. And I know what I have in those guys. All 5 of those guys are going to be really, really good players for us. And then 8 guys on the team who are going to be impactful but did not play in games. 2 with the transfers that sat out last year, 1 the red shirt, and then a lot of fresh newcomers and 4 freshmen and 2 junior college kids.
When you've got guys like Tyshawn Crawford and Simeon Carter, guys that were here with the program last year, practiced with the program, but now going to be able to hit the floor, how much advantage does that give them?
Well, it definitely helps. And they won't have the rhythm that some of the other guys have of kind of knowing what to expect in games, but they do know our language, and they know what it's like here day to day. They know the best place to eat in town. They know what time to get places, and there is a familiarity that helps him. It's completely different than somebody that just arrived. So they're a little bit ahead, and obviously we set out 2 guys with great size in Simeon and Tyshawn, so that's impactful as well.
What are some of the guys that are brand new to the program that you're going to see this year?
Well, we have 4 freshmen. Will Dillard from Greensboro, Elijah McCadden from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. We got David Vitti from Buford, and then we have a player from Minnesota, Calvin Wishart. And those 4 are all talented freshmen, but it's hard as freshmen. It's a lot to process, speed of the game, but I think each of them are going to have their niche either this year or definitely in the program. And then we added 2 junior college players in Trey Dawkins and Isaiah Crawley. And Isaiah Crawley is going to compete for a starting position. He's 6'7", really athletic, combo forward, and Trey Dawkins gives us another guy with size and gives us some depth, with some post players.
You've talked about it ever since you got to Statesboro, how difficult it is to schedule people, especially coming to Hanner Fieldhouse. You got a number of trips with home and homes that were away last year, but a lot of good teams coming in non-conference play this year. Yeah, we had to sacrifice last year. I know we had a couple road trips that were over 14 days, and we just left and didn't come back. And it was good for the guys. They got to see different parts of the world. We saw LA, we saw Chicago, we saw DC, but at the same time, we love playing at Hanner Fieldhouse. And us, by doing that, we were able to get Bradley to come back here as a top 100 team. East Tennessee State's a top 100 team. And George Mason's the sleeper team, Atlantic 10. There's some people pick them in the NCAA. So we got 3 heavy hitter non-conference games here in Hanner. Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck this year. All right, thanks, Colin. That's head coach Mark Byington, again, head coach for the men's basketball program. Looking for a great year here at Hanner Fieldhouse. When we return, we dive across campus as we check in with Eagle Motorsports.
There are so many fast and easy ways to make your home more energy efficient. Find tools and resources to help you save money and energy at georgiapower.com/save.
Wow, look at Jim go. Man, that guy works hard. Courtside seats.
Multitasking isn't for the faint of heart.
I'm in.
It takes experience, skill.
Hey babe, do you have my credit card? I can't find it.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
I'll keep looking.
And a bank that helps you take care of business from anywhere.
You know, we could use more guys like Jim around here.
BB&T. All we see is you.
It's time to pack your bags because Savannah Hilton Head International offers nonstop flights to a variety of major cities, including Nashville, Chicago, Toronto, Canada, Philadelphia, and many more. 8 airlines, 26 nonstop destinations. Savannah Hilton Head International. Visit flysav.com.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
There are so many fast and easy ways to make your home more energy efficient. Find tools and resources to help you save money and energy at georgiapower.com/save.
Blue White Weekly, a weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Domino's, the world leader in pizza delivery.
Welcome back to another edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics as we dive across campus, an exciting program with Eagle Motorsports, Danny.
That's right, Calvin. They've been around for the last couple of years, and they're gearing up for the 2018-2019 season with their Baja and their Formula One cars. We got a chance to talk to them a few weeks ago. Let's take a look at that package.
Eagle Motorsports took flight in 2009, and since then we have created a new car every single year to go compete. You're probably looking at 40 plus cars over the years. Over the last decade, we will have been participating in 20 plus events, 20 of which official, and then every now and then we go to unofficial events hosted by other teams. We have 2 different types. We have a Baja SAE car and a Formula SAE car. So they go to separate competitions and they both perform on their own. The Baja car and the Formula car, although they are all under Eagle Motorsports, they do have their own specialized captains and sub-team leads.
My name's Chase Freeman. I'm the captain of the Baja team, and I'm a senior mechanical engineering major. This is my 3rd year in Eagle Motorsports. I saw Eagle Motorsports on YouTube, and once I got here, I saw that it was a great way to actually apply your engineering degree and better yourself. The Baja car is a single-seat off-road vehicle. We compete in off-roading events such as rock crawling, sled pull. A lot of the stuff that we have to account for is unknown loading, such as when we hit another car or another car rolls over our A-arms, or if we hit a giant rock in obstacles. There's a lot more unknown factors in Baja racing.
Hey, my name's Justin Holm. I'm the team captain of the Formula car this year. I'm a senior mechanical engineering major from Gwinnett County. This will be my 4th car this year. I started with the driver control sub-team. From there, I actually learned about what this club means in terms of engineering and kind of worked my way up through the ranks, gone into data acquisition, suspension tuning, and other ways to make the car better. Last year, we actually placed the highest in the acceleration event we ever had. We placed 10th overall. That's out of 120 teams. And then the previous year before that, in 2017, we placed 17th overall out of 120 teams. It's kind of one of the unique teams that the Baja and Formula car at Eagle Motorsports are very close together. There's other teams that are actually, there's a line drawn, and Baja teams over here, Formula teams over here. We're a lot different. We like to tell people that we are, one Eagle Motorsports team.
Everyone here graduates with the same degree, but no one that graduates with just a degree has any engineering experience, and that's what we do every single day.
We're very fortunate to have the support from a university that we do. We have a manufacturing and a mechanical engineering department that really provides us any resources that we would need, including space here in the shop to work, but as well as also a lot of manufacturing resources over on the other side of this building.
Georgia Southern has really helped us out as far as giving us space to work on the cars. They help us out with building or giving us space, materials, resources to actually make that happen. Dr. Velchek, the department chair for the mechanical engineering department, and Spencer Harper, faculty advisor, are instrumental with helping this team, growing and making sure that we're racing every year.
On the other side of the break, we check in with head coach Chad Lunsford just moments after the victory over the New Mexico State Aggies.
As you soar above Statesboro, the landscape is changing. There's a rich heritage here. There's something new rising in downtown. Help us expand the legacy of downtown. For business opportunities, visit westdistrictstatesboro.com.
What is Acquire? Acquire is a part of life. It's when you buy a car, a new home, or a fun family vacation. You acquire the things that make living better, like a great education, a beautiful wedding for your daughter, or even a piano for the grandchildren. We are the Q in Acquire, Queensboro, and we're in the business of lending for the joys of living. So when you're ready to acquire, call Q, Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
We are world changers. We learn by doing, and our training prepares us for direct impact in our field. We are scholars. Even as undergrads, we work alongside our faculty to solve challenges facing our region, our state, and our world. We are leaders, experts, working with business and government partners for economic growth. This is Georgia Southern University, and we are the Eagle Nation.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
Blue White Weekly, a weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by International Diamond Center. Better selection and value guaranteed. Presented by Ford and your Georgia neighborhood Ford dealers. Ford, go further.
Welcome back for another edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. As we caught up with head coach Chad Lunsford just moments after the victory over the New Mexico State Aggies, Russ Bratton of the Georgia Southern Sports Network got the story.
Coach, bowl eligible this early into the season, that had to feel pretty good.
No doubt. That was one of our
goals, and we check it off. But like I told the team a while ago, we're excited about that. We're happy about that, but we're not finished. We're trying to go get more.
Well, there's a big one coming up Thursday night, not to get too far ahead. Appalachian State, a lot on the line with the Eastern Division title. What's your message to Eagle Nation?
The thing is just show up. Show up into that stadium, fill that thing up, because the power of Paulson is so important to us. We need that thing packed, and we need that energy. App State's a really good football team, and Georgia Southern need to feel the energy. App State needs to feel the energy. Georgia Southern needs to feel the energy. So come watch it.
As far as tonight's game goes, New Mexico State got off to a fast start. You guys were able to get the lead right there before the half. Were there any adjustments offensively or defensively you made to kind of get the game under control?
Well, this was really the first time that we played a really, really high up-tempo team, and we had to get adjusted on defense with that. And then when I felt like when they settled in, we were able to stop them. The great thing is the offense. I know we started out with the 3 points, but then I believe we scored 6 straight touchdowns, and did a tremendous job of controlling the ball and just going down and physically imposing ourselves on them, and that was really awesome. What I like about this is last week we won at defense. This week the offense showed up. And so we're just finding ways to win as a football team, and I like that.
And having some guys stepping up with the injuries as well, the back-to-back road trip, showing a lot of toughness in these 2 wins too.
Yeah, no question. Being able to do that on the road, and then now we got a short turnaround this week, so we're going to enjoy this. But we enjoyed it in the locker room. I told them to flip the switch when we get on the plane.
There you go, real quick. First non-conference road win since Florida in 2013. How about that?
Man, I enjoyed the heck out of that Florida win in 2013. But hey, great. Let's keep doing it.
Well, hey, have a safe flight home. We always appreciate the time, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Once again, that's Russ Brown of the Georgia Southern Sports Network joining Chad Lunsford just moments after the game against the New Mexico State Aggies. Next thing's next for Georgia Southern football. They welcome in the nationally ranked Appalachian State Mountaineers, the 25th ranked team in the country, here to Allen E. Paulson Stadium on a Thursday night, Danny.
Yeah, big game for Georgia Southern football. Also in men's soccer this upcoming weekend, the Eagles will also take on Appalachian State at Eagle Field Art Park, and at Hanner Fieldhouse, volleyball will have 3 matchups in Sun Belt Conference play as they take on Coastal Carolina, Arkansas State, and Little Rock. Should be a big week for Georgia Southern athletics, Colin.
Once again, 7:30 kickoff on Thursday night here at Allen E. Paulson Stadium. It's the 5-1 Appalachian State Mountaineers against the 6-1 Georgia Southern Eagles. It's time to pack Paulson once again, Eagle Nation. We appreciate you tuning in to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look at Georgia Southern athletics. My thanks as always to everyone at the Multimedia Development Center. For Danny Waugh, this is Colin Lacey saying so long, everybody.